Hello, everybody. My name's Helen, and I live in a little place called Chinchilla, which is about 4 hours west of Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. And we have a lovely 5 acre block that we live on Charlie's Creek. And I'm hopeful that in time, as I work out the YouTube process, that I'll be able to show you some video footage and photos of where we live. We have the most amazing bird life here and animals. We have what we call our pet kangaroos that come and go as they want, um, ducks, all sorts of birds. But we have also got our own little group of sheep, little flock of sheep. We have 8 at the moment, 2 lambs and 6 big ones. So we're kind of in lambing season at the minute. So we're waiting for one more mama to have her babies. So I've now been retired for a couple of years. My work history was as in most recently was as a private practitioner, as a mental health social worker. So lots of practice in that counselling space. I also have used slow stitching and my crochet, all sorts of sewing as a debrief method for when I get home from work and I need just some way to let go of all the stories I've heard on that day. So this has been a long journey for me. I started stitching when I was probably about 8. So 60 plus years I've been stitching, and started off at school in primary school, and then my mum was a seamstress, so she taught me a lot as well. But in the years since I've been married and had my own children and now grandchildren, I've taught myself a lot of things, and YouTube has been a godsend. So there's a lot of YouTubers that I follow, and I will try and list them below. This is all new to me, so I will just do my best to do that. But my 100 acre wood creative stitching business came out of my love for stitching and passing on the skills of upcycling and recycling things like doilies and yarn, and people were giving me their long stitches that they'd never used. So I have so much tapestry wool, and I'm yet to find a project that can use lots of that, because at the moment I do use it for things like stems and things like that, but there's probably many more ways to be able to use that, because there's so much and we don't want it going into landfill. So I dabble in a bit of painting as well. Since retirement, I am a strong volunteer in my community, so I'm part of our local Rotary Club, plus our La Punya Art Gallery, which is an amazingly recently renovated space where we can hold workshops as well as wonderful exhibitions, both from local artists, regional artists, and we've had Queensland and Australian exhibitions as well. So we are quite well supported by our regional council, and that's something we're grateful for. I'm also a part of our patchwork group, so we meet at least once a week on a Wednesday, and sometimes we meet on a Saturday as well. So I've learnt so much from those beautiful ladies that I have met through the group, and we're always open to new members, which is even better. With YouTube coming into being, oh my goodness, there's so many things to learn, and my ADHD brain goes, oh, look, I can do something new. So my task mostly is just trying to not start something new until I've finished something that I've already started. But, I'm sure I have the same number of UFO projects as you do. So my own unfinished objects are labelled in boxes, don't often see the light of day. So because of our patchwork group, the ladies are all the same, we started doing monthly bingo where you at the beginning of the year, we have 16 boxes, and you can see mine on behind me, but it's back the front. And in those boxes, we put 16 different UFO projects in each box, and our illustrious leader chooses the number each month, and we endeavour to work on that project for that month. And that has been a godsend. I have finished a lot of long time UFOs by doing that process. So something to think about is just a little prompt to help us consider, how do we finish some of those projects that maybe we didn't really fall in love with, but they'd be useful for someone. So let's have a go at finishing them off. So some of the people that I follow on YouTube for slow stitching, Corinne from To Be Loved Treasures, and she's amazing. She's just so creative and makes lots of different things, and I just love the way she chats about her life and the things that she's been up to. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. And I've learned so much from her. So I'm currently in the throes of making a rice bag. Thank you, Corinne. And hoping to teach my friends how to make this as well. And who can go past Annie Claxton, Arty Farty Annie? She's amazing as well. She is just very creative with her ability to reuse things and gather people together, making community quilts. And I'm currently in the process of doing Home Sweet Home swap with Australian ladies, because Annie's from England. Yeah, these swaps came up from one of her YouTube clips, so I'm going to swap with some ladies, which is exciting. I also follow Roxy Creations with Sarah and Rachel, and they have lots of prompts. And one of these days, I will actually make something from their YouTube clips. But at the minute, I'm getting excited and busy preparing for workshops that I'm teaching called Dilly Dally with Doilies. And I have 16 ladies now all signed up. We've done one session. We're making little needle books at the moment. But I'm just in the middle of cutting kits for journal covers, because that'll be our next project with that group of ladies. So that's exciting. And who can go past the beautiful Jennifer Clouston? I was so blessed to be in a workshop, face-to-face workshop with her at the Gympie Heritage Festival earlier this year. She's so gifted with the way she can meander with her needle and thread and just make it look amazing. I usually have to draw lines and things to make mine straight and things like that. But yeah, she's inspirational. Also Create and Craft by Christine. She's incredible too. And I love the work that she does, including dyeing and paint and 3D sculptured projects, which really interests me. I've entered a few of my works into our local exhibitions, but hers are just like amazing. So still follow her. And one of the latest ones I've come across is Vintage Blend Studios with Susanna. So I've been enjoying that too. So in regards to machine stitching, because I do lots of crochet, lots of machine stitching, as well as slow stitching. So I was so blessed last year to be able to go to Missouri Star Quilt Company in America. And oh my goodness, that just blew my mind. I've been watching their YouTube clips for years and just love Jenny's story and the way that it's all come about. And just to be able to stay there for a week and immerse myself in that little town was just amazing. I stayed in a beautiful little B&B where I was so well looked after, and being able to just wander through the town and feel safe, and also go to their museum, which was incredible in itself. It doesn't belong to Missouri Star Quilt Company. It belongs to a couple of other families in Hamilton, and it was just out of this world. Like it was an old school that had been renovated to cope with all the quilts. So every room had a different type of quilt. And then they had these just rooms and rooms full of antique sewing machines, like toy sewing machines. I'd never seen anything like it. It was just beautiful. So that was inspirational. And I just love the way they break things down and make it simple. So I've made quite a few quilts using their patterns and have really enjoyed them. The other person I follow for machine stitching is Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore. Brenda, she's also incredible what she can do with all those fabrics we've been hoarding for years. And I just try now my best to not buy new fabric, but to use what I have and look at what I have and go, well, what can I make with that? And she's got so many free patterns that you can make. It makes it amazing. Having said that about not buying fabric, well, you know, I've got a few bits of new fabric on my desk that I bought last week when I happened to be in Toowoomba, which is a much larger town that has exciting shops. So I have some of that, some new fabric on my table, but it was following a prompt. So I think I'm going to blame Roxy Creations for this because one of their prompts was script. And so I didn't actually have any fabric with script on it. So I thought I just needed a little bit to go with that. So that's okay. So even though my little business is called 100 Acre Wood Creative Stitching, my YouTube channel is called Stitch and Bits Oz. And I've been trying to work on recording for that for a long time. And this is my first venture into that. So things to come is some tutorials on the things that I've been making, showing you around where I live, our beautiful art gallery, and just tidbits of Australia. We have beautiful bird life here, and our pets, our kangaroo pets that come and go as they please. The sheep, and of course we have 2 cats. So, I'm sure that they'll be scratching at the door at some point to want to come and see what I've been up to. So I'm looking forward to recording many more YouTube videos and sharing my love for stitching and creating and encouraging people to use it as an antidote to the stress in our lives because it's so effective for doing that. So I'm going to sign off and look forward to catching you in the next video. Thank you.